The Honor 10 is here, the successor to the View 10. Its parent company has decided not to bring the Huawei P20 as the Honor 10 will fill in the position in the portfolio. This is Sandeep from RevAtlas and here's what we think of the Honor 10 so far. The 10 is perhaps the best designed smartphone from Honor yet. It reminds me quite a bit of the Honor 8, which brought in the dual glass design for the brand but also infuses some of the modern design language from the P20 series. The design really stands out from most of the other smartphones in the market, especially in this beautiful phantom blue variant which features a highly glossy mirrored back panel that color shifts between blue and purple depending on how you look at it. India also gets a black variant which is also extremely glossy and looks great, but the phantom blue is certainly more unique. The build quality is stellar and the way I would best describe this phone in terms of handling is effortless. It's quite light and it actually feels really great to hold and handle because of its form factor and the entire footprint itself. I'm all in for big screens, but sometimes phones tend to get a bit too big even with small bezels such as these. In that way, the Honor 10 finds a sweet spot in terms of screen estate and handling. It feels really easy to use thanks to a sleek 7.7mm frame and small footprint. The display is a 5.84-inch Full HD Plus IPS panel with 19:9 aspect ratio and Corning Gorilla Glass 3 for protection. The spec sheet suggests that the display is the same as the P20 Lite, but in our use so far it seems much better in terms of sunlight legibility and brightness. There's a notch, like it and you can embrace it, hate it and you can choose to hide it by blackening out the notification bar. The notch surprisingly houses a lot of hardware within it. The earpiece, ambient light sensor and proximity sensors, front-facing 24MP f2 camera and a tiny RGB notification LED at the upper left corner of the notch. Also up front is a fingerprint scanner that is actually beneath the display and is also housed within the front glass itself. It's not as fast as most of the other fingerprint scanners on the market currently, and there is a bit of a latency when it comes to unlocking the phone, but we hope that it will be fixed with a future firmware update itself. The Honor 10 gets Huawei's flagship grade Kirin 970 processor, the same octa-core chipset with AI capabilities that powers the P20 Pro. It's really powerful and we found no issues in performance so far, and the UI feels really smooth and great, especially in terms of transitions. The device is currently running on Android 8.1 Oreo. Gaming too has been enjoyable so far and there are a couple of preloaded games on the device such as Asphalt. Users get a single variant with 6GB of RAM and 128GB of storage, which is plenty enough and also essential since there's no expansion slot. You have a dual nano SIM slot that supports dual 4G and dual VoLTE. At the top is the IR blaster, while you have the audio jack, USB Type-C port and speaker grill at the bottom. The USB port supports USB 2.0 speeds as well as fast charging the 3400 mAh battery. The back panel is made of Gorilla Glass, although Honor hasn't specified which version. It's beautiful and you'll spend a lot of time trying to see the various color combination and patterns that it reflects. It also houses the dual camera system at the back, which also packs in AI features that detects the scene and adapts the processing accordingly. As you may have guessed, the 10 makes use of an RGB plus monochrome sensor combination with a 16MP f1.8 RGB sensor and 24MP f1.8 monochrome sensor. The two work in unison to provide better detailing and low-light capabilities, considering the monochrome sensor gives the details, sharpness and better low-light performance along with the color information from the RGB sensor. Here are a few samples to help you understand what to expect. The Honor 10 is a beautiful phone. I quite like it already and I can see it being a pretty great smartphone at the asking price of Rs 32,999. But with that said, we also want to let you know that we are working on our detailed reviews and comparisons and will pass our final judgment then. Thanks for watching this video. See you again in the next one.